Hey everybody, Dan Simon, YouTube channel Dan Simon, and I want to talk about some Kmart memories. And I'm going to use some footage from a video I shot back in, when was it, January of 2020, of the Hagerstown Kmart shutting down. Talk a little bit about that store, and actually, really I need to wrap up with the store. But let's talk about this store. If anybody's ever seen my original Kmart video, just look up closing days of Hagerstown Kmart. You'll see it. It'll say Dan Simon's YouTube channel. Check that out. Kmart memories. Well, with the Bridgehampton store pretty much shut down now and gone, there is no more like full-size Kmarts around in the United States, but there are still some left in the there's the one in Guam, and I think in the Virgin Islands there's a few stores there, and there is one store remaining in the United States, and that's the Miami Kindle store, but it's the garden center one. It's like, I don't know what you qualify it as, but it's kind of like a small Kmart. We'll just call it that. But Bridgehampton was the last full-size Kmart in the United States, and that's got me sitting here thinking about Kmarts and stuff. But all right, we'll talk about more Kmart history here in a few minutes, guys. So let's get into this. We're gonna use some clips from this. Like I said, if you want to watch the full video, it's on my YouTube channel. It's Hagerstown Kmart, the final days or something like that. I can't remember the title, but you'll see it's like the Kmart logo. Alright guys, let's get into it. So here I am in the Kmart up there at Hagerstown, and I'm walking around in it, and I know I'm kind of filming the TV. If you can tell, I'm actually filming my TV, but guys, I came up here to film this Kmart because it was closing back in January of 2020. 2020. And I decided, just like, you know what, I'm up here, let me try a Kmart video. I've never done one before. I should have done a few back a couple years past, which would have been the Front Row Kmart, which closed in, I think, January of 2018 or December 2017, because that one and Martinsburg both closed around the same time, and I should have kind of like done videos of them. I didn't think about it, like, at the time I didn't think about doing like retail videos, but for some reason then I got into like watching these people, other people film Kmart videos, and that's what got me into doing these Kmart, like retail locations, filming locations, and filming locations like closing stores like Kmart, maybe a Big Lots, whatever's going on nowadays. But I really don't talk that much in this video, so I'm just like showing around. But like I said, if you want to watch this video without my commentary, yeah, it's not the best that I shot. I guess I was just learning to film, because I did the Toys R Us up here, but I did that live, and I should have done like more of a recording video, and that's when YouTube just brought out live streaming, and I thought, well, let's live stream a Toys R Us, which, I got some footage. It's not the best, but it's pretty cool. Look, there's the old layaway right up there. There's fixtures for sale. You can see the layaway sign. The old vents, yeah. Anybody remember the old vent, like the big vents at the Kmart's? Anybody, let me ask you guys this in the questions below. Comment in the comment section below. Was anybody scared of those things when they were kids? There's the old bathrooms. right there. Always loved how the this store looked through there. But back to the vents. Was anybody ever scared of those things as a kid? I don't know. They kind of freaked me out when I was a kid, but when I got older, now I'm like, now I don't mind them. They're pretty cool to look at now. But it just always makes you think of Kmart. But here I am, just walking through the fitting rooms section, the men's section. I think that's what that was there. Yeah, that's the men's section. Walking over to the fitting rooms. Probably a vent right above me or something, somewhere around there. But there it is. You can see the vent too. But there's the fitting rooms are over there in the corner, over there at Hagerstown K. Women's section, baby section was right over there. Kids baby section. I don't remember what date I filmed this on. I think it was January 16th, 2020. And this is what. There's a little fun. I'm going to get into this part a little bit later in the video, guys. How we're going to get to this store right here in particularly. This would be the last Kmart around where I live here in the Winchester area. Winchester, Virginia area. But that I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit more history about Kmart and my memories of Kmart. But there, you can tell there's some empty shelves and stuff. But I'll get into the details here in a little bit, guys. But right now we're just
places in my childhood that's gone. This one's left. Walk down alley after alley. Stuff get cleaned up. Not even an arrow here anymore. It's crazy.
But yeah, guys, I'm gonna talk about like this store. This would become the last store I ever really went into was this Kmart. But guys, I'm gonna talk about that in probably about like a few minutes. So just stay tuned here for a second. We're almost done with this video. But if you do want to check out the original video without me talking, go check it out. It's on my channel.
Yeah. I see now it's the old basis for all the stuff. Hey guys, like, share, and subscribe.
Back wall Kmart. Always did like this store. This was one of my favorite stores, so Kmart.com. There you guys see the vent again. Alright guys. One day I will talk about Sears. Just in case you guys want to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed that little kind of like a audio commentary on it. But I was gonna do it a different way, but I didn't feel like doing it. But yeah guys, now I just want to talk about my history with the company. Like, I never worked there. I used to go there a lot. Like, I used to go to Kmart a lot, guys. But if you ever get a chance, yeah, watch that video. But let's talk about it. Well, I grew up in Texas. You know, I'm from Bedford, I'm from Texas. Well, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Bedford. But we used to go to the store down there in Euless, Texas. There was Kmart down there. It was a whole lot like the one in Hagerstown. And it was a lot like that, guys. The thing is, that store in Hagerstown always reminded me of the one in Euless, but they were flip-flopped. But that was the main store I always remember as a little kid going to. I remember that store very well. Like, if I could see some pictures of that store, I could probably be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like, If you gave me some pictures from like the early 90s up inside that store, I probably would, spark something up there, and I remember that. Hearst. The Hearst store. We had another store right around the area where I lived at, and that was in Hearst. That was in Hearst, Texas. That was in Hearst. That store, the Eula store was built in 74. Hearst store was built in 1968. And I was born in 85, so the stores are older than me. But those are the two main stores I remember going to. There's one Colleyville, but I think that was more like an 80s, late 80s store. Probably when it got built. We used to go to that one. When the one on Eula, I think the one in Eula's closed down in 95. Then we had the Hearst store. And then the Colleyville store. Well, when I left Texas in the summer of 1999 to move up here to Winchester, we had some Kmart's around us. So we would go to Kmart's. Mainly the one in Hagerstown. The one here in Winchester, the one in Front Royal. Trying to think. Probably the one in Martinsburg. Probably did go that one. I started going that one a little later on. Probably went in a little bit when I was still in high school. I think the one I went to most time was the one here in Winchester. But if we were in Front Royal, we always would pop into the one in Front Royal. But I'm trying to think here, guys. There's one in Frederick, Maryland I used to go into, but that was like once in a blue moon I would end up in that one. But I'm trying to think, guys. What else? But basically, we have the Sears up here too, which one day I might cover that in a video. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember memories right now of Kmart around this area. But the ones in Texas, I do remember them fairly well. Like, we used to go to those three. There's probably a few more in Texas, but now let's just go ahead and talk about Virginia Kmart's, because that would be the beginning of the Kmart's that I would remember going to. God, I can't think of any other ones. There might be some other states we went to Kmart's in. Well, I might talk about that in a little bit. But my memories are the ones up here. Probably the one I remember the most is the one here in Winchester. Now, if you ever look up the Winchester Kmart, there was two locations. The first location was where the Big Lots is now. And that was Kmart for a little while until they built the Pleasant Valley store, which would become the main Kmart around here. The other store used to be a Town and Country, converted into Kmart. And I think they built the store Kmart. I don't even think Kmart used it. I don't know when they stopped using it. But they built the Pleasant Valley store, and that's the store that would be the first one to shut down, but that's the store I went to most of the time. Now, I remember the one in Front Royal a little bit as a kid, because my grandmother used to work in Front Royal when I was a kid. She worked a job down there, and I remember, I think we popped in that store here and there when we were down there, because my mom liked going to Kmart a lot. She'd go there to Walmart, Target, all those stores. I can't think of some other stores. But my mom always did like going to Kmart a lot. But we ended up popping into that one down there. But I'll talk about that one here in a little bit. The Front Row one and the Martinsburg one. because now we're going to, I have a lot of memories up here at this one, here in Winchester. But, one here in Winchester, Virginia. But, like I said, that store ended up, moving on. Let's just go ahead and go. Let's just start talking about the closings, guys, because I don't want to sit here and talk all night. But that Kmart closed in, I can't remember exactly what month it was now, but I know it was 2014 when it closed its doors. It was the local one. So once that one went away, we had 2 stores left. Around, well, 3 with, actually, let's just say 4 around the area that were close by. Like I said, Frederick, Maryland, I would go to it once in a while, but not all the time. If I was in the area, yes, I would pop in to that Kmart and check it out and see what they had. Even that one had the big vents, the big air vents, that. But what else could I talk about? Well, after the one here in Winchester closed, well, we had Martinsburg and the one in Martinsburg and the one in Front Royal, and then the one in Hagerstown in Frederick, Maryland. But I usually would go probably one of those 3. But I remember, I think it was right around the end of 2017, the one in Martinsburg in Front Royal, I think they both shut down right around the same time, if I remember correctly. They might be a month in between when they shut down, but they were all closed. Both those stores closed around the same time. That's what I can remember. Not 100% with this, but I remember going down to the Front Royal one, checking out, see what they had left. Now, these 2 stores, I had my YouTube channel. When Kmart in Winchester shut down, I did not create this YouTube channel until like December of 2014. But I kind of wish, I look back now and I kind of wish I filmed the Kmart in Front Royal, and I filmed the Kmart in what is that, Martinsburg. But I did get a couple pictures of the one in Martinsburg. I don't think I took any pictures of the one in Front Royal. I looked through my Instagram just to see if there was just a random picture in there, but mostly any random picture of it now is Royal King, because that's what they threw into the one in Front Royal. The one in Martinsburg nowadays is usually a Spirit Halloween, so it's kind of cool to walk back in it. But once those 2 closed down, then it came to Hagerstown, which you guys just saw the video of and a little audio commentary. And me talking about the big air vents, which I could talk about those damn things. But yeah, guys, once Hagerstown went down, I pretty much never went to a Kmart after that. Like, after Hagerstown shutting down, then the pandemic hit, and then you know how all that craziness was. But it's crazy to think that years ago, Kmart, which was founded in 1962. Well, the company, but before that was SS Kresge's. But the first Kmart store was in 1962, and now we're here in 2024 with the last full-size Kmart gone. But, I mean, you still have the Miami store. The little bit of what's left of the Miami store. But, That's the only one left. Like, that's the last Kmart in the United States. Technically. Even though it's not a full-size store. Bridgehampton was the last full-size store left. And I hate to see how this company went downhill like it did, but I wish, like, a lot of us do wish, and a lot of us always talk about is like, we talk about it once in a while. We're like, man, we wish, like, a lot of us miss going to Kmart because, you know, it's different. You know, you just had to be there. You know, you had to kind of grow up going there. You kind of ended up being there. You ended up as a little kid, you know, going in there. I guess they had those round clothes. If anybody remembers this, but you remember those like round clothes racks, the ones that you would hide in when you were a kid. I remember Walmart having them a little bit, like the old school Walmarts. I remember them having them more than Kmart, but I remember when I was like, I don't know, what, 4, 5, 6 years old, I used to love jumping in them and scaring my mom and shit. You know. But those are the days, you know. Those are the memories that you're always going to have. And Kmart being a store that I grew up going to as a kid, and even into my adult years, you know, my teenage years, my adult years. Man, I miss, like, walking in the store. I miss that, you know, go and check your pulse. That old Kmart pharmacy, like that old school, like that thing was old school. The old pulse meter, and it'll read your pulse, and it's like Kmart on it. Pharmacy, the auto departments, you know, all those different departments that they have in Kmart. Some of the stores are big, some of them are medium sized, some of them are super big. They had the super centers. I mean, man, they had a lot. The company had a lot of different options. I don't know what will ever happen to the company. I hope the stores outside the U.S. make it. But probably they'll probably go too. But Kmart in America, pretty much it's 1962 to 2024. That's it. It's the end, man. It sucks. It's like an end of an era. It's like memories of your childhood, man. It's like Sears is gone. A lot of stores, Toys R Us is gone. Toys R Us kind of made a comeback with Macy's, but I don't know. Could Kmart make a comeback? I really don't know. Like, it'd have to have some good management, though. Like, this is what, if I could reopen Kmart, what I would do, have maybe like a small store, like big enough, maybe it's about the size of the Bridgehampton store, because you really don't need a lot. You don't need like all that space like you used to. I mean, back then you needed all the space, but this is, you know, we're changing. Have the essentials in there, maybe some clothing, a little bit of food, you know. Electronics are kind of going out. Electronic sections in stores are starting to, you have TVs in there you can buy, and maybe just have a small electronic section. I don't know. Just think about like the essentials that which you would need in a store. If you had the store maybe about, I don't know, between 40,000 to 50,000 square feet, that's really all you need. Then you can have like a little small food section in there. And like take a Walmart super center, I call or you know, regular size Walmart, but you know, when they were called super centers. Compress that in, and you could have a decent sized Kmart. Like, take one of those ones, like, I don't know, like, what's the small one? Like the one in Philadelphia. Anybody ever went to the one in Roosevelt, what was that? Roosevelt Boulevard Kmart in Philadelphia. That one was a decent sized Kmart. They had pretty much everything you needed. It was not a small store, like decent sized store. Had everything. Had the big vents. that's something that always will. Anytime I see those big air conditioning vents like over on the ceiling, that will always make me think of Kmart. But you know, compress the store down to essentials, whatever people would want to go in there for, and people would go in there. But I don't know, like Walmart's are like, I don't know. I'm seeing Walmart starting to downsize a little bit too. So I don't know, guys. But I'll wrap this video up, guys. I could sit here and talk more about Kmart. I don't want to make a long video, guys, but my memories of Kmart, guys. Good times, you know, good times, good memories, good times. And I hope you guys like the little audio commentary part of the video. But we're almost at 26 minutes right now in this video, and up there it is. But just past 26 minutes. But yeah, if I could bring Kmart back, I'd love to go back in them, guys. Because I honestly, after 4 years, I kind of miss walking around Kmart. Like, a little part of me did want to go up to Bridgehampton and go walk around that store, but I don't know. It just, I think going in the one in Hagerstown was probably was going to be my last time ever being in Kmart. And like a few weeks later, the Sears up here closed. Here in Winchester closed like maybe a few weeks later. Like, they started closing down. I'm like, damn, first goes Kmart, then goes Sears. Crazy. But there is only one other concept I could think of. Take a Sears and Kmart, merge them together, or you could have like all those services you used to get at Sears. You could almost like merge a Sears and Kmart together and make some type of store called Kmart Sears or something. I don't know. But yeah, guys, this video is getting a little bit too long. But like I always say, guys, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed that quick little video. And let me know your Kmart memories down in the comments below. Like, what do you remember of Kmart? It's just sad to see it go. But yeah, just let me know in the comments, guys. Like I always say, like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.